The 30th Ghana Schools and Colleges competition is coming up in Central Region. How many athletes are expected to participate in this very competition?
Thank you, my brother. We are expecting 1,980 athletes in all to participate.
1,980.
80 to participate.
So, specifically, how many will each region present?
We divide that 198.
198 athletes.
Yes, 198 athletes for
many,
10 regions, making it.
In how many sporting disciplines?
For now, 7 sporting disciplines.
We've got hundreds of sporting disciplines in the country. Why
Okay.
have we narrowed it down to only 7?
No, we do 8. No, we do 9. But from what we are going through now, we intended to do 7. But as I speak now, we may be doing 8. So only 1 may be out.
What are you going through now?
When the idea came that we needed to adjust, we initially took out some of the disciplines. But the national associations are saying no, they want to sponsor us, co-sponsor the event to have the disciplines on. So as I speak now, hockey, volleyball, and table tennis were to have been out. But immediately, Hockey Association came in that they want to make do. Table tennis has also strongly come in. So it's only volleyball that as I speak now, they have made us aware that they want to also have it stayed. But I'm telling them, time is running out. If they can do that before the close of the day, we'll let them stay because the regions might have dispatched them and bringing them back could be a problem, or I don't know. So I told them, if indeed they want them to stay and they want to help us to do it, then they'll have to fast track and then we do not send them away before, if anything at all.
Initially, you said GES do 9 sporting disciplines.
For our national festival,
For
do
your
9.
national festival,
Yes.
it's 9 sporting disciplines.
Yes.
And earlier you said in this competition we're going to have 7 different sporting disciplines.
Yeah, that was
But
the original plan.
okay, but you just stated that hockey and volleyball are likely to be part, or they are part. So are we doing 8 disciplines now?
Correction. Yes, for now, if hockey and table tennis comes back, then we are doing 8. So it's only man of volleyball that we're not going to do.
So is it certain that table tennis and hockey are in?
Are in, yes.
It's certain.
It's certain.
There were reports out there that hundreds of students have been sent home simply because of this so-called money syndrome. Any truth in it?
My brother, it's misleading. I would say it's misleading because a gentleman spoke to me yesterday. Is it Atlantic FM or that kind of thing? And I explained to him that due to financial constraints, there is a need to adjust because the size of contingent that we have, 2,440, our budget cannot cope. So initially we thought of reducing the team sizes by at least 2. And that works only about a little over 100. But ought to cut at least a third out. So look at the various disciplines. You see, traditionally, we alternate volleyball and basketball. We don't play volleyball this year, and then the next time we play basketball. So what we thought of doing was, I personally said, now, it doesn't augur well for the students. So if you can, why don't we play all games? Because the student comes to Form 1, a very good volleyball or basketball player, but because they played before he came, he wouldn't get the chance to play. By the time, and we are doing biennial activity, 2 years interval. So by the time he's in the final year going, it's then that will play the game again. So he's out completely. It's killing the spirit. So we decided that I personally spearheaded the fact that, no, if need be, let's have all the games on board. After all, it will take the same number of days. It is the budget allocation that may go up otherwise. So we agreed that this year we are taking off. So everything was planned to that. But unfortunately, the monetary aspect couldn't allow it. So quickly, we all decided that let's take volleyball out, as it used to be, because we were actually not to have played it this year. So quickly, we brushed it aside. And then we're looking in between, which other one can we take to top the slashing of the team games to give us a number that our budget can contain. because this is purely budgetary allocation. You get the point? So it was based on this that we did this and on a platform, because the technical team has a platform. Okay? So I tabled this, I didn't veto, I tabled it on platform. This is what is happening. Our budget cannot do this. What do we do? So everybody contributed. So at the end of the day, we realized that no, table tennis must go. Volleyball, which will not have been part already, should even just stay out. Then we thought of taking hockey too, because it is because hockey, though we play, the equipment, the players are not well prepared, because most of the regions don't have the equipment. So in this festival, as we were preparing, it was my intention to write to Hockey Association to give us at least 2 goalkeepers pads that I'll keep aside, so that when anything comes and the goalkeeper is not properly dressed, we'll give it to the goalkeeper to use. So that after the festival, I give it back to them. We have arranged all these things. So that tells you the teams are not all that well equipped. So most of them said, oh, take hockey out. Well, most of schools don't play hockey. You understand? So that was how hockey was to go out, but the association said, no, let's have it stay, because they want to do some selections. Okay. So hockey has come to stay. So as I speak now, out of the 9 events that we should have, the discipline that we should have done, 8 are on board. Except volleyball, that I can say for sure that, though they are also trying to, they have not come yet.
So the report that was out there, which part of that report is misleading?
No, the fact that we have sacked 640 athletes is not true. That they cited a letter indicating this. We never wrote a single letter. We dealt with our technical team on a platform. So how do you go and say to the public that you cited a letter that indicated that 640 athletes have been sacked? And as I speak now, there are all these volleyball players, the table tennis players, are in camp. Go and check from Accra regional camp. You see, what happens is when you invite players to camp, you don't state the exact number. You bring players to camp, and then you groom them, you train them, you try them, they do justify, and then you pick your team out. Then the rest, on a particular day, we say, oh, you throw the bomb. On a particular day, you see them off, and they go back home. So it is natural and traditional for our activity that when you are in camp, even in some letters we indicate it, the fact that you are in camp doesn't mean you are going for the festival. You are coming for justify.
So in other words, some of the regions have already chosen their best teams, and they've asked some of the athletes to go.
No region has chosen the best yet, because they have not ended camping yet. It will happen around this time going, possibly this weekend or Friday. Because if you send anybody out now, you understand, and you are still doing serious training, anything can happen. So technically we don't do it. We have time to do your final selection, try them, and then you cut it down and you let them go. So if any athlete should go now, it should be from tomorrow onwards, because we are arriving on Tuesday. You understand? For instance, you have 12 volleyball players. 15 came for camping. And then by today, you send 3 away. And you are left with 12. And something happened because you still be seriously training now. But close to the festival, 2-3 days, you tone down your training, or sort of. They are playing series of friendly matches now, or trial matches. So you don't team down the team yet. So I don't believe, in fact, this morning, I even had information from Accra camp that the volleyball players are still there, training seriously. As I speak now, I just spoke to Western, that table tennis, they are still in camp. So to be frank with you, I spoke with the national chairman, who is from Ashanti, Amas headmaster. He said they have been preparing to go and say hi to the Ashanti team. And that the coordinator, so they are doing some exercise. And I believe this is the exercise they are doing to see whether to move out or how to adjust. So nobody has sacked anybody yet, like the other information is talking about. And no letter has sort of had been written on this issue. We strictly dealt on platform. And all the 10 regional coordinators we discussed. So this is it. So about ministry, they even said something about ministry. Ministry, they don't give us money. We are GES. We get some budget from the Ghana Minister of Finance, Minister of Education. The only thing I requested Ministry of Youth and Sports to do for us is to kindly authorize the National Sports Authority to waiver the charge that they were giving us on the use of this
How much
Cape
would
Coast
they
Sports
charge?
Media. It's close to 2,000 cities a day or something like that. My regional coordinator informed me. So I wrote through my Director General to the Minister for Education, so they should deal with ministerial level, so that they order the National Sports Authority in Cape Coast.
Have you agreed on any figure that you are likely to pay or you're going to use it for free? Have you agreed on anything?
No, I'm yet to get the feedback. So I've struck that out of my budget, because you could imagine how much that is taken off my budget. So once I've put the thing at the ministerial level, I believe they will do it. So I've struck
So
it
the
out.
9-day event is likely to cost you 180,000.
That calculation is yours to do.
Okay. Initially, when you were speaking, you made mention of financial constraints.
Yes.
How much do you need to get this competition successfully done? I said earlier, when you were speaking, you mentioned that due to financial constraints,
Yeah.
you have to take out some of the DCPs. How much actually do you need to get this program successfully done?
Let me give you an example. If volleyball alone, the contingent, after the slash, from 12 per team to 10 per team, we need 25,152.84 cities to cater for only volleyball. The rest of the calculation is yours.
No, no. The rest of the calculation cannot be mine because football.
Yes.
How many are you asking the teams to present?
16 instead of 18.
Okay, so if they are presenting 16 players.
Yes.
So how much will football need?
Oh, then I'll need time to quantify all this. I'm giving you only volleyball, which
But-
is 10, right? It's 25,152 cities, 0.84.
But did you approximate a budget required for this tournament? For this very
Yes. Oh, why not?
And how much
We
was
work
that?
within a budget.
How much was that?
It was over 900,000.
In cities
And we
across-
reviewed, no, in cities, Ghana cities. And we reviewed to 771,000. And I had to review again. And I'm within the 500 region.
And reviewing it, do you review it by dropping the number of athletes expected to participate, or you review the figure and the things required for the competition?
Both. Review the things required, review the size of the contingents, just to be able to be within your budgetary allocation. Because one thing I want to table here is that this festival was going towards a postponement, right? Or a reduction to cope with our budget. You get it? Now, a postponement of this festival at this time indirectly means we'll not be able to have it ever. So the year's festival is out. And this is biennial activity, every 2 years.
So why are you pushing yourself to the extreme limit to have it done?
We cannot cancel it at this point. If we had done it earlier on, not when all the 10 regions are in camp, spending money preparing for the festival. And a lot has got into the preparation out there. So, should I call it financial loss to the state? So that someone catch my throat?
So is it your responsibility to provide funds for the camping of these teams?
No, it can't be my direct responsibility.
Is it a responsibility?
It's
of
government
GES?
responsibility. You know, we are funded. And one thing I keep saying that our subventions come from capitation. We don't charge anything for these activities. So government brings capitation, an amount per child, per school, for sports, for culture, for anything. So that is also mobilized to use. And capitation is tied to enrollment. And capitation can be in arrears, we all know. So for now, what we have been given is what we want to work with. And unfortunately, it's not working for us. But we never knew this was the situation. But we knew we have a national festival. 2 years back, we started preparing, and we are in camp, ready to go. But it's like we either needed to postpone. But I needed, by my technical ability, to make sure that something is done, at least, and well done too. So what has happened now is that if you postpone this activity, we have these activities done when schools are out on holidays. That is the only time we can do it. The regions can only use the school facilities when they are on holidays to camp. You understand? And the national can only use the school facilities when schools are on holidays. Should we postpone this activity? We may never have it. Because one, come first week of September, Afashe is at Ogan Fashe is taking place in Cape Coast. It's over a week-long program. When will this pass for us to go back and look at the period we're also taking? By the time we get organized, school might have reopened. And who is going to break camp now and reassemble the kids with what money? Because the camping they are doing now is very stressful. Some regions are going around these schools soliciting for food. It's serious. Wow. So why should I postpone this? And where would they mobilize money again? Come back to camp and finally we do the activity. It's impossible.
The challenges are enormous, but how do you motivate these participants, these athletes? Because I do know that in every competition, outstanding athletes are always rewarded. And with these challenges, how do you intend to motivate them by acknowledging their performance?
Yes, that adds to our cost because you don't just come, play, run, and go back. What I do is every athlete that qualifies to come to Cape Coast to participate in the national festival is given a beautiful certificate of participation. You might come, you will not win anything, and you go back empty-handed. So I provide every athlete that comes a certificate of participation. You can go and hang your room. If you are lucky to have won an event, you have your certificate of merit plus a medal to go with. Any officiating official that comes to officiate, at least you don't just come and go empty-handed. We try to give some small allowance and then certificate of officiating that you can also hand in your room. I mean, these are sources for motivation because sometimes somebody thinks, although you are PE teachers, you are being paid as teachers, so go and do this hardcore, why should we even give you allowance? But I tell you, going out there, sleeping out there in the classroom, waking up at dawn, all this, at least they need to be motivated. Sometimes they are self-motivated because if you perform, and you see your athletes there is self-motivated, but we also need to add something. So that is what we do. We give everybody certificate, either participation, merit, or officiating, and medals accompanied. And one medal as I speak now is at the cost of 46 cedis, 18 pesos, one medal, plus tax.
How many medals do you need?
We need 606 medals.
Okay, the challenges are enough. So what should Ghanaians expect in this competition?
No, you see, this particular competition is a competition that you better come and see it. I cannot describe it because all regions are done preparing feverishly. I know Cape Coast is a special center with the new Cape Coast Stadium, the facilities out there. All our girls are at Wegehe. All our boys and the company official, the coaches, all our boys and the housemasters are at Additional College. And all the officiating and our company officials are at Infant's Pim.
Oh. Is this message descending well in the minds of Ghanaians? Hundreds of people are out there and they still don't know anything about it.
Well, we are doing our best. I think publicity is going on in Cape Coast, but all subject to funding. And thank God you are here. So from here it's going out there. Okay. Yeah, from here it's going out there. Yeah. And then like Ultimate FM are there putting out there. They have also said something. So people's mind are being open. Yeah. But also we need to have some budget allocation for media. We do it. There at least the few because we are not business people. But when we invite some of you, sometimes you want us to do business. You see, you want us to do business. You carry our news and go out there and sell. No, we're not doing business. So I like you. So now that you have come in, yeah, I'm not paying a peswa. No. Is that not it? No. And you are going out there. So you are starting and carry the rest. Come to Cape Coast and take over everything and let the public know.
Thank you
so
much.
Start it today.
I'm grateful.
I'm grateful to my brother.